Hi, hey, how you doing? If you enjoy the Scooge podcast and supporting the pod seems like it's worth the money, you can click our anchor.fm page support link. It's that first link in the description box down below in all of our videos. If you make your contribution, you can add your own custom message or question which we will read on the show. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy today's episode.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Scooge podcast, and today I am hosting this episode.
Hey. What are you doing?
I thought I was gonna be the host.
What are you doing in my chair?
Oh, it's
What the heck
comfortable
are you
though.
doing? Not really. I put spikes in it on purpose just so nobody else would want to take it.
Oh, so that's what I was sitting on that was hurting my. Oh, okay, you jerk.
I mean, yeah, it's just a bunch of thumbtacks. I've gotten used to it at this point, but I've been sitting in it for about a year.
No, I'm not gonna keep this one going. I'm not gonna keep
Come
this
on,
one
keep doing the bit.
going. No, I'm good. I'm good. No.
Hold on, let me close this door.
Yeah, I don't want to hear everybody. Don't want anybody to hear you talk about thumbtacks in your rear end.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, the best podcast on the internet. You can host a show if you want to.
Nah,
Since this is more-
I was just screwing around.
It's more your type of movies. Or I know it's like something you like a lot.
Hit that intro.
Who's going? Intro? Play the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to Hello everyone, welcome to Scooge Podcast episode 20. I'm your host, Mr. Blue, and today I have my co-host,
Mr.
Mr. Green.
Yeah, that actually works
you
out.
feeling?
I ain't. It's actually good. That's actually pretty good. You won't like me. I'm hungry. You won't like me when I'm hungry now.
Are you hungry?
I actually just ate, so I'm good.
Are you
trust
angry
me.
at least?
My heart rate's going up to 200 right now, so you know.
Oh. What does make your heart rate go up usually within a day?
Oh boy,
Traffic.
that stupid drivers, a-hole people at my job.
Your boss.
Oh, boss is pretty cool. It's the daggum customers sometimes.
Oh, sure you'll say that so you don't get fired.
I don't care.
You'll say the boss.
I don't
cool.
he doesn't even know about this.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't really talk to them about this.
You want to shout that? Want to shout them out?
Hmm?
Give them a shout out. You want to give them a shout out?
I don't know if I'm not gonna. No. Like I said, I don't even know. He doesn't even know about this. So why? Why? Either one of my bosses.
Does he at least know your alias JMash97?
No.
Oh man, that's a deep cut. Oh my
I
gosh.
should have that on the back of my car. Have that be the license plate and letters.
Dude. You think you could?
I want to say you can customize it. I don't know how. I don't know how much it'll be.
That's true.
Anyways,
97.
speaking of customizing license plate, what are we talking about today? No, with a customized license plate himself.
Tone Stark.
Yeah. What
Tony
is
Stark.
what is his license plate? I remember it was customized something Stark.
I don't really remember.
I want to say
Was
it had
it at
something
the
to do with his
beginning?
name or something. Yeah, it was at the beginning. Well, not the beginning, because the beginning was him getting kidnapped and stuff. But when it was in the past before the
Stark. I'm checking.
It may just
Iron
be
Man.
like T Stark or something. I don't know. Or maybe I know what it was. Tony Stank. Oh, that's in the future.
Oh boy, we're just full of.
Do you get that reference?
What reference?
Let me ask you this, because I've seen all of them. I've seen all these movies.
I have not.
Which ones?
Is an adventure for me.
So which ones have you not seen? Before
the Iron Mans?
Before you watched Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk, which are the two movies we're going to talk about today, what all movies have you not seen in this franchise, this saga?
Well, let me put my glasses on and let's look at this list here.
I'm actually curious. I know you've seen. I know a couple that you've seen, but
I have seen 52% of the films. That's what Letterboxd says.
you got them on like a little list of yours.
Well, I mean, people have made custom lists of the MCU.
Now, is that including the WandaVision and the Falcon and Winter
No,
Soldier?
it's just the movies. No, it's just the movies up to Homecoming. The last
Up
one.
to Homecoming. For you mean Far From Home?
Oh yeah, Far From Home. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Trying to find a good list in order, maybe.
Because I know the only ones that I can think of that I know for sure that you've seen, besides Iron Man and Incredible Hulk now, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one.
And the second.
You seen the second one?
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's that one. You said you saw Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah, I've seen both the Spider-Mans.
Have you seen both? Okay. Have you seen Infinity War and Endgame? I'm assuming you've seen Endgame.
I'll go through for you.
Okay.
I have not seen, going in order, Captain America, the first Avenger, Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Ant-Man, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, and Endgame.
Oh, you haven't seen Endgame?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so that reference that I made about Tony Stank, you don't get, because that was a reference that you'll see when you get to.
I still don't know what the heck. I still don't know what the heck I Love You 3000 is or whatever.
That's in Endgame.
Yeah, it's an Iron Man 3 too, right?
No.
Iron Man 3 as well, right? No,
it's only in Endgame. I'm not going to spoil.
I thought that was a reference to. I thought the I Love You 3000 was a reference to Iron Man 3, though.
No. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's not. It's only in Endgame. Do you know anything that happens in Endgame? By the way, I'm curious.
I know about some of the time travel stuff.
Do you want to say that for like another?
Yeah, I guess we can. I mean, I could just go into briefly. I know about the time traveling aspect. I know they killed Thanos.
Of course.
I know that Captain America wields Thor's hammer, and I know that Tony Stark dies with the snap.
Daggone, you got spoiled with that big one.
I mean, like everybody got spoiled with that one.
Oh, man.
It was like everywhere around the time of the release.
There's still
like you couldn't get away from it.
So is that all you know about it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so there's still some surprises in that movie. Just like don't look into.
Yeah, I mean,
the spoilers.
Yeah, I'm sure it will surprise me, especially going through all of it for that build up. I'm sure it'll be much more impactful than with the context I have now, you know. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
contrary to what Darius may think.
But yeah, this is I mean, I guess we haven't given it a proper introduction. Joseph and I are going to go through every
MCU movie ever, all 23.
One of, if not the greatest movie franchises of all time. One
That's
of, if not the
contestable.
greatest. That's why I said one of, if not the greatest.
It's contestable because I haven't seen it all, and I'll give you my input at the end of when we cover Homecoming.
There are some movies. There's
tell.
only one movie, and we'll talk about it when we get to it, that I will go on record as saying it's a bad movie.
I think I have like 3 in mind that I think are like actually bad. But I haven't seen them for myself. I'm going into this with an open mind. I came up with this idea actually because I just wanted another excuse to watch all the MCU movies, and doing it for the podcast is like the perfect excuse for me to do it. So
I mean, it's
what
like
better
the
way
biggest,
than to do it with?
It's like the biggest franchise of this generation.
Besides, finish the sentence.
I can't think of what other franchise. Maybe Harry Potter.
The Hangover.
Dear Lord, no.
Wait.
Like the only other one I can think of is Harry Potter, and that's about it.
No, Harry Potter's not even on the board.
What? What, you gonna say Minions? You gonna say Minions?
Despicable Me, yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Which I think you could classify Illumination as one connected universe. So
what other Illuminations movies are there?
There's quite a bit, actually.
Is that the one that made Boss Baby and the?
No, I don't think that was Illumination.
Let's see.
I'll tell you. Despicable Me, The Lorax, Sing, Despicable Me 2, The Grinch, Secret Life of Pets, Despicable Me 3, Secret Life of Pets 2, Hop, and Minions.
Home?
No.
Was that one? No?
Nope.
I thought it seems like an Illumination like style animation. Oh, it was DreamWorks. Really? I did not know that was DreamWorks. Anyways, we're going
10
off.
movies. 10 movies is pretty good for I would call this a cinematic universe, the Illumination cinematic universe. One of the greatest,
they really have,
if not. Yeah, they have ties within the movies.
Really?
Or like little references.
Is it like a Pixar universe theory going on, or like a MCU theory? Not really a theory, but the universe.
Joseph, I'm just messing with you. I have no fucking idea.
Oh, I don't know. You've seen more of them than I have.
I think I've only seen Despicable 1 and 2. I think that's it.
Oh, so you haven't even seen Minions?
No, I haven't seen Minions.
And you rated it 5-star? Okay, wow. You stupid.
I just love the idea of Minions, you know?
Dear Lord.
Wait. Let me backpedal a little bit. I have seen the first 10 minutes of Minions. But
that's 10 minutes more than I have.
I was too overjoyed, so I had to turn it off.
That's not what you're doing. You're enjoying a movie. Oh man. Anyways, I was saying before we really got off topic. I'm not gonna spoil what movie it is. We'll talk about it eventually. There's only one movie that I think is a bad movie, and we'll talk about it when we get to it. There are some.
I know what you're talking about.
There are some that I think they're definitely not as good as the rest of the movies in the series, but they're not. I wouldn't really call them bad. They're just average. And
yeah.
I'll bring that back up when we talk about those movies. Yeah, that's about as far as my outlook on the whole franchise as a whole.
We're going to cover the first movie, Iron Man, directed by Jon Favreau. A billionaire industrialist and genius inventor, Tony Stark is conducting weapons tests overseas, but terrorists kidnap him to force him to build a devastating weapon. Instead, he builds an armored suit and upends his captors. Returning to America, Stark refines the suit and uses it to combat crime and terrorism. Play the music, Joe.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I actually had that song on my phone downloaded. I'm not even joking. Hang on.
Do you want to go into it first? And then I'll briefly talk about it as well. Since this is like your baby. Not this movie in particular, but this universe. Joseph, are you trying to play copyrighted music? Just talk about the movie. Joseph. Oh my god, stop playing that. Okay. Stop.
You'll cut that part out, right?
No.
I'm sorry, I just love that daggone score.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I really enjoy Iron Man. I'm actually kind of I'm kind of glad that I haven't done that top 50 superhero movies. Like, I'm real close to finalizing the list, but I'm not. I just keep watching some movies and it just rearranges and just all of a sudden. But after rewatching this movie, I'm actually putting Iron Man a little higher than I originally would have.
Mm-hmm. I always liked Iron Man. Yeah, I always liked the first one.
And I can't think of one. I can't think of a movie casting, period, that's more perfect than Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Yeah.
Just movies really in period. Just movies, period. Not just comic book movies, just film in general. Can you think of one that's as good, if better, than that casting?
Just in general?
Yeah, just film in general.
I mean, I really like the casting of Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
That's a video for another day.
Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura.
I've actually never seen Ace Ventura. I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't seen like a full movie.
Perfect casting. That's a tough one.
Are
we talking about with like an already established character and then casting the actor to the character?
Yeah.
Like not a original character with the movie, but an already established one?
Yeah, like an already established character.
Okay.
I'll say that because that'll be more even playing field kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, just the look of him, the way he acts, the sarcasm, just everything about Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, Tony Stark, just perfect from day one, up until his death in Endgame, as we've already mentioned. Spoiler alert.
God.
You've already mentioned that you knew, so.
I didn't know he died. What? Jeez, Joseph, such a blabbermouth.
Didn't you say didn't you say he died?
Probably.
I'm about to say, because I believe I heard you say he dies. If
I title this one?
If you didn't say that, I apologize.
Should I title this one "Tony Stark Died"?
Oh man!
Question mark. But yeah, Iron Man was always the Marvel film I've always liked the most. I've only seen half of them at this point, and I gotta say Iron Man's probably my favorite. I'll go ahead and say that.
It's not my favorite, but it's up there. I think it was like number 7.
Yeah.
On my ranking video. Something
like that. I mean, the special effects hold up really well in this film, even though it's 13 years old. I mean, When is how much time has to pass for something to be, or a film in particular, to be considered a classic? Is it 15?
I would say bare minimum 10.
I would call this a classic.
Yeah, I would. As far like
it's a movie I advise everyone should see at least once. It's a really good film. I mean, it does have its drawbacks. Like, I think the villain is kind of one-dimensional.
See, if I had to pick up one flaw, it would. I mean, do we want to say who the villain is? I mean, it's 13 years ago, so I mean.
Yeah,
it's not that big of a secret considering he's
you
not.
You already said Tony Stark dies. I mean, come on.
Considering how he's not in the rest of the freaking franchise.
Exactly.
When I like Jeff Bridges as Obadiah.
Me
but
too. I enjoyed him.
Compared to what is like, I don't think he's
not complex enough. He's just
compared to what's come since. He's not. I'm actually considering doing a ranking video of the MCU villains, because we're watching them all these movies back, and that just idea that just came to my mind. So I don't want to give too much away. Having only been 2 movies deep in, I guess, the rewatching process. He's definitely better than Abomination.
Oh gosh, yes.
But
yeah, I'd agree.
As far as the rest of the franchise, he's about mid-grade.
He's fine. I mean,
considering it's the first villain they've done, it was fine.
And if they were trying to portray this as a twist, I mean, it was a pretty obvious one from the get-go, from the jump.
Yeah.
So, not very nuanced, but I mean, this is just a good time of a movie.
I already know.
I guess the other things I have problems with are just like a lot of nitpicks that I have to suspend my disbelief to, enjoy it. And I think I did for the most part. But just like, he made the Iron Man suit initially in a cave with like scrap parts. Like, how did he make it that good?
Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps.
And I get that he's a genius and all, but if you don't have the resources to make this, I mean, this suit is like a team has to be behind it, like a whole. And he did it in like a cave within like what was the span of time? I don't even think it mentioned it, but didn't seem that long.
It was a week and a half, somewhere around there.
Oh my gosh, that's like super impressive. Which, I mean, seeing how when he's in his lab,
considering how he was pretty much trapped in there all 24/7 for whether it was a week, a month, or whatever. I don't imagine it was more than a month, because I don't think those terrorists would wait that long for that missile.
Jeez, Joseph, just because you're from Afghanistan.
Gosh. Okay, I had nothing to do. Okay, dear Lord. I swear, I hope people like understand you're just joking, and like people don't take
out
offense.
Out of the gate,
Dear
you're just gonna call the Afghanis terrorists.
I'm not. Was this in Afghanistan? Were they in Afghanistan?
Yeah. They're called captors, Joseph. They're called captors, okay?
They were a terrorist group, the freaking 10 Rings. It was a terrorist group. A fictional terrorist group.
Be a little more sensitive. Captors.
Dear Lord.
Captors. Hey, man. Joseph. Don Cheadle looks different, man.
Now, here's the oh, man. I honestly... I don't know who
Did you
I
like
prefer.
Terrence Howard?
I don't know. Part of me wish it... it would be interesting to see how the Terrence Howard version of Rhodes played out in the future, especially Civil War. Because I felt like he was a lot more independent than Don Cheadle's Rhodes was, like basically a sidekick.
Right, yeah.
But I
think I just like Don Cheadle more as with his. I mean, Terrence Howard is good. I like him, but
I think Don Cheadle is the better actor of the two. But
yeah, he's more charming. He blends.
I don't know.
He blends better or has a better dynamic with Robert Downey Jr. than I feel Terrence Howard did. More of a chemistry.
I mean, I don't remember. Because I've heard so many daggum conflicting stories of why Terrence Howard didn't return from Iron Man 2, whether it was a money issue or the problems between him and Robert Downey Jr. on set. I mean, I don't know what was going on, but I mean, if I would rather have Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man than Terrence Howard as Rhodes. Don Cheadle, I think, was just fine replacing him.
Yeah.
Like if one of them had to go, I don't see anybody that could have done as good as Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. I don't.
Jim Carrey.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. What was? I'm a huge fan of Jim Carrey. I don't mean no hatred or anything. What was the last good Jim Carrey movie?
Well, I heard he's pretty good in Sonic the Hedgehog, but I haven't seen it for myself. But of what I've seen, the last good movie,
I can't think of any that was in this last decade, this past decade.
2010s?
Yeah, 2010s.
Oh, yeah.
Because the only one that comes to mind is Kick-Ass 2. Which I didn't hate it,
like
but
10 minutes. He's in there like 10 minutes.
I thought Kick-Ass 2 was fine. I didn't like it as much as the first one, but
I did not like it at all.
It had its moments. It is. Oh boy,
it sucked.
Then again, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen Kick-Ass 2, so you know.
Anyway,
take that with a grain of salt.
Let's talk about Iron Man.
Oh yeah. See, you freaking distracted me with talking about Jim Carrey.
This is why we're stuck at 21 subscribers, Joseph.
I believe it.
They're like, I thought this was focused on the MCU, and now he's talking about Kick-Ass 2 and Jim Carrey.
That was you. You keep distracting me. That's the problem.
I said a little joke, and then you added on to it.
Yeah, but you said that joke, and it just got me. I have what is it? ADHD, AD. Yeah, that's it. I thank my mom for that. I don't know is that genetic. I don't know. Anyway, God don't mind.
He's talking about biology.
I actually may have AD.
I mean, I probably do.
Dear Lord. I don't even know what we were talking about before we got.
I mean, we're talking about the whole Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
conundrum, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if Don Cheadle was fine replacing Terrence Howard, but it just would have been interesting to see how Terrence Howard's Rhodes would have played out in the future.
Any glaring flaws you could think of with the movie?
With him, I mean, the only main problem I have with the movie is like the ending battle. That's it. It's compared to what has come out since then, it just doesn't hold up. But I mean,
even compared to the ending battle with the Incredible Hulk, I feel it.
I'll say it was better than the Incredible Hulk, maybe.
Really? I mean, I'm not talking.
I'll say this. I don't know.
Ending battle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I go back and forth.
I think I prefer the ending battle to Hulk. To be honest.
I don't know how you're going to feel about this. I don't know if you're going to agree. More than likely disagree because I know how you feel about the whole movie as a general. I will take as far as the final battle. The final battle. Keywords, the final battle for the third time. I'll say this and Hulk had a better final battle than The Dark Knight. Because the final battle...
in terms of... Here we go with The Dark Knight hate. Here we go.
Oh, I'm going to bring it back, boy.
Here we go again.
I mean, all three of these movies came out in the same year. Like, within a month of each other, I'm pretty sure.
Here we go.
Hang on, when did Dark Knight come out? Like, what month?
I need to come up with a new nickname for you with ADD.
Yeah. Iron Man was in May. Hulk was June. Dark Knight was July. All with it. Dear, shut up.
What a superhero summer. It was superhero summer. Now it's white boy summer.
Dear Lord. Anyways,
I mean, it is. I mean, you know, we should have introduced the show as white boy summer.
No. But I mean, overall,
I was gonna actually.
What?
You go ahead.
I mean, I was gonna try and bring it back. I liked Iron Man a whole lot. I mean, from beginning to end, I was entertained pretty much from start to finish.
From head to toe.
Dear Lord. God, don't mind it.
Yeah, me too. I think the pacing was really good in Iron Man.
The post-credit scene.
I actually never caught that.
I don't know. I didn't see this movie in the theaters. I don't remember what the...
My first knowledge of a Avengers setup was Iron Man at the end of Iron Man 2. That's what I thought was, because I thought these were just like standalones. They weren't really planning. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen Iron Man 2, but I want to say the entire movie was basically a setup.
Yeah.
That I remember. I'll say that. I mean, we're gonna watch it next, so.
I'll clarify. I thought Iron Man 2 was the first appearance of Nick Fury. I didn't know it was at the end of Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be a right good video for another day, maybe, perhaps, about like ranking post-credit scenes and stuff. But it may be the best one. It's one of, if not the best, post-credit scenes in the whole franchise.
Which one?
Nick Fury coming to Tony Stark's house and telling him the Avengers Initiative. Have you seen the deleted scenes for that scene?
No.
Like, there was... I'll try and find it after we get finished with this recording. But he basically references Spider-Man, the X-Men, and there was one other. I don't think it was a Fantastic Four, but it was another one that Marvel didn't have the rights to at the time. So that it surfaced like four or 5 years ago. Whenever it was around the time we graduated, I believe. Yeah, I just thought that would have been a little interesting.
And also, like, you know, how superhero movies at this point, everyone was under a hidden identity, or, you know, living a double life. But at the end of Iron Man 1, he's just like, yep, truth is, I am Iron Man. So he just gives away his identity.
Yeah, I want to say this was the first time the superhero revealed his identity like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember. I'm trying to think of what all. Because you had the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, you had the Christopher Reeve Superman, Batman's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think any reveal their identity like this. I mean, they revealed them to like their significant other and that kind of thing, but not to the whole world.
To the press, which that spreads around pretty fast. Yeah, love the ending.
Damn. Yes.
Want to get into our scores?
Oh, we were going to score it? Oh, shoot. No, you go first while I think of it.
Yeah, this movie still holds up. I like it a lot. I've always liked it. I knew I'd enjoy watching it. And it's been some time since I've seen it, so it was a pleasure to watch again. I like how it's just like its own thing. Like, the Marvel formula I have some problems with, and I just feel like tonally this one just had a tone of its own. Not overbearing with forced comedy, but there are some chuckles, some charm to it. And yeah, it's I've seen apparently half of all the MCU, and I gotta say this one's my favorite. Besides some minor nitpicky things that I should probably just suspend my disbelief for, and a one-dimensional villain and a shallow twist if it was even trying to set it up like that. I'm gonna give Iron Man an 8 out of 10.
So I mean, I loved this movie. Minus a couple of like nitpicky things. The final battle compared to what's come since, and I mean, it wasn't a good final battle. Great final battle, I'll say that.
Yeah, I'll mention that too.
And
final battle was totally anticlimactic.
Yeah. Jon Favreau did a fantastic job bringing this character who the general public wasn't aware of, because I remember when I was a kid I had this little poster and it had all these Marvel characters. I had no idea who Iron Man was until around the time that like this movie started coming out with the trailers and stuff like that.
Had there ever been an Iron Man on the screen before?
No. Like live action?
That's crazy. Yeah.
No. There was like some like cartoons that I found on Disney Plus that was from the 80s or something like that. But there may have been an Iron Man like back in the 70s or whatever, like the Lou Ferrigno Hulk, and because I know that, and that Hulk had like a run-in with Thor and Daredevil and some other heroes.
Which the first issue didn't come out until 1968, so it's pretty recent superhero.
Iron Man?
Yeah.
I thought he was old. I thought he was older than that.
No, first issue was May 1968.
But yeah, I mean, I'm like, comic readers obviously knew who he was, but like the general public, they knew Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, maybe Wonder Woman. They knew Hulk, and that was pretty much it. I mean, they knew Wolverine and some of the X-Men, but anyways, Iron Man, the first one, I loved it. The score, just all things considered, minus a few nitpicky things. I'm going high. I'm pretty high. I'm 95.
Dang, that is high. But I like it.
Yeah, I really
think
do.
we could both agree this is a pretty darn good movie.
Yeah.
Especially to kick off this cinematic universe. Very strong. Alright, Next, we're going to talk about The Incredible Hulk, directed by Lois Leterrier. In this new beginning, scientist Bruce Banner desperately hunts for a cure to the gamma radiation that poisoned his cells and unleashes the unbridled force of rage within him. Hulk, living in the shadows, cut off from life he knew and the woman he loves, Betty Ross. Banner struggles to avoid the obsessive pursuit of his nemesis, General Thunderbolt Ross, and the military machinery that seeks to capture him and brutally exploit his power. All three grapple with the secrets that led to Hulk's creation. They are confronted with a monstrous new adversary known as the Abomination, whose destructive strength exceeds even Hulk's own. One scientist must make an agonizing final choice: accept a peaceful life as Bruce Banner or find heroism in the creature he holds inside. The Incredible Hulk. How's that for pre-context narration?
So you gonna do this for every movie we talk about?
I mean, yeah, I'll go into who was directed by and a little synopsis.
A little synopsis? You seem like you're reading it off of Wikipedia or something.
Well, yeah, of course.
Are you?
That's what synopses are from. What, you think I typed this up myself?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you just wrote a little summary of it. I don't know.
Well, just to brush up the audience, because we're not going to cover the whole plot. We're just going to cover things we liked and disagree with the film. So
Right.
might as well like refresh the story in our brains and to the audience to kick us off. Anyway, little Joseph nitpicking me aside, criticizing me.
Hey, it's constructive criticism. Kinda.
I like it. I don't see problems with it.
I wasn't saying I always had a problem with it.
Could it have been a little shorter? Yeah, but screw you.
Tell me how you really feel. Jeez.
Yeah, I like this more than I thought I did.
Oh wow, I was thinking you were gonna say you hated this movie.
No. I like Edward Norton as Bruce Banner a lot.
Well, here's the thing. Do you prefer? Remind me again. Have you seen the Avengers?
Yeah.
Okay. Edward Norton or Mark Ruffalo?
I don't like Mark Ruffalo at all. That's why I'm kind of saddened that just... I mean, he's fine, and I heard he's funny in Thor Ragnarok, but I just like Hulk in this movie. It's taken more seriously, and I think Mark Ruffalo brought a lot of levity to the character, and it's fine, but I'd much prefer if this version was more fleshed out. And I don't really know the inner workings or like the inside scoop of why Edward Norton decided to stop. But
No, he didn't stop. They basically
the studio.
I'll say the story. The story is that they got rid of him because he was a pain to work with. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there, obviously. But
what did you expect?
Because there's part of me that wishes he did continue because I did like Edward Norton as the Hulk.
Yeah,
but
me too.
The Mark Ruffalo in the first Avengers movie, I liked. As he's kept on, I'm trying to keep away from some spoilers here for you, but we'll talk about it when we get to like his evolution as the Hulk.
Yeah, I felt. Have you heard the term? Have you heard the term Flanderization?
Flanderization?
Yeah.
No.
It's like when a character is only as the movies or show progresses, they have like one single trait that defines them. Hence, Flanders is always the Christian, nice neighbor from The Simpsons.
Huh. Okay.
Like a one-trick pony kind of thing.
Yeah, I've never heard that word, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, really? But I feel like with some of these characters, like even Iron Man, for instance, I feel like I haven't seen Endgame and stuff like that, but I felt like his smugness came over him.
Even in the first, like we didn't even mention this. Even in the first Iron Man movie, he did a complete 180, where he was this selfish, egotistical, little lovable at the same time, but kind of a what's a polite word to use here, to this selfless, sacrificing hero. And
I mean,
and I'll just stop right there.
He is a hero at heart, but he does have his own self-interest in mind as well. But I felt like they cranked up that negative aspect of Iron Man to like 11, as with all the characters. Especially you'll see with Thor how they did his character, because people just found him so bland, so they're like, let's just make him the comic relief, essentially.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on that one.
But yeah, I think with this movie, it's like the same problems with Iron Man. Just a very one-dimensional villain.
Which I didn't...
Character's a little...
I didn't hate Abomination. I'm looking forward to him returning, Tim Roth returning in that She-Hulk show that's coming out whenever it's coming out. I'm curious how that's going to happen with Mark Ruffalo also returning as Bruce Banner, which it was a different Bruce than, so that's going to be a little interesting to see how that little plays out. I wish, I'm hoping that Tim Blake Nelson returns as the leader, which was teased at the end of this. Well, not really at the end of it, but like near the end. What was it? Mr. Blue was his... Yeah.
Yeah, like they showed him getting mixed with that Hulk blood, and then that was the end of that. We didn't get to see him anymore.
I mean, I assume if Edward Norton had returned and all this, we would have seen the leader by now, but it just...
Is Hulk the only character we never got a sequel movie?
Believe so.
I mean, we don't have a Captain Marvel 2 or a Black Panther 2, but I'm sure those are coming out.
They're coming out. Well, I guess Captain Marvel 2 is combining with Miss Marvel. Yeah, that's another thing, and that's another drama-filled situation like Edward Norton.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like they did with Hulk. Like, he could have had so many solo, or not so many, but at least one more solo movie or a trilogy, but they only feel like Hulk works well in a group, and we only see Hulk in a group, and it's just kind of annoying.
I mean,
I don't know, for me personally.
It's essentially... The Hulk is essentially the closest thing to a Jekyll and Hyde that superheroes has ever come up with, I suppose.
I think another problem I have with this film is what was it like with the maybe you're more familiar with this than I am, but with the original Hulk concept, was it always to do with heart rate, or apparently he was afraid to turn into the Hulk while almost having sex with Liv Tyler, but he wasn't angry, you know?
Yeah, I don't honestly. I don't read that many Hulk comics. like standalone comics. But I know.
But everybody knows that Bruce turns into the Hulk when he's angry.
Like that's like that. I don't know, because that's like the main thing. You won't like me when I'm angry. I mean, they didn't really quote it, but they like did a little Easter egg reference to it.
Yeah, there's some jokes, Easter eggs throughout here, like Lou Ferrigno as the
security guard, yeah.
And the purple stretchy pants, and he was like, "No, I'm not wearing those."
But yeah, I don't know if it was like one of those Mandela effects kind of thing. So yeah, I honestly have no idea. I don't know.
I think the anger angle is like ubiquitous with Hulk. Like everybody knows when Hulk gets when Bruce gets angry, he turns into the Hulk.
But also,
I never really considered like the heart rate. Like your heart rate can come up from stress or like any other type of stress besides the emotion of anger, you know.
But I'll say this: I actually kind of do prefer this to the get angry, turn into the Hulk. I like the heart rate. If the heart rate goes to 200, turn into the Hulk. When you're the Hulk, the madder you get, the angrier you get, the stronger you get.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like that.
Yeah, I guess you have to be more zen as a character, and we see Bruce Banner try to be more zen throughout, and control his emotions. And yeah, I think I do like that angle. I mean, I could kind of see it as a nitpick, like, oh, I thought it was only when the Hulk got angry or when Bruce got angry he turned into the Hulk. But it could be a host of other things, like, for example, when he thought he got the cure or whatever, and he jumped out of the helicopter, just the impact of like being, hitting the pavement like that turned him into the Hulk in like that split second before he died, apparently. I don't know if it's like,
I think
how did he turn into?
I think he turned into the Hulk before he hit the.
No, because if you see him slamming into it as Bruce, because he's like, all right, I'm about to channel in this inner Hulk, and then you see him falling, and then he's like, oh shit, and then he like just drops down as a human. And
I want to say they cut away from he had mouth and they cut away.
It showed him falling.
It showed him falling, but I want to say it cut away before it impacted. And then it went back to it, and there's like this.
It cut away to an establishing shot, and then we saw
a crack in the concrete.
Bruce. Yeah, he just like went through the concrete, and everyone's like, "Oh crap!" And then the big reveal is that the Hulk arm comes out of the ground. So,
but I don't see. I mean, I don't know, because
but the Hulk transformation takes like 6 to 7 seconds to come into completion. So I don't know if like hitting, like he would have to.
Because if
it would have to be like that near death jump and heart rate to like it had to be like a split second to hit the pavement and turn into the Hulk, so he has the armor flesh.
If Bruce would have hit the concrete, I don't think it would have cracked the way the concrete would have cracked the way it did. That's just the thoughts on. I don't remember seeing like him actually hitting the concrete.
No, it was there. This is fresh in my memory because I had such a big problem with it.
Maybe I gotta watch that part again.
Because it would have to be like an instantaneous shift to the Hulk. When he transforms, it usually takes like 6 to 7 seconds to like have the full complete transformation.
Trying to remember.
I mean, you could call that a nitpick,
that was in
but
the first Avengers
I just had the problem. It was kind of like a bait and switch. It's like, of course he didn't die, and of course we know he turned into the Hulk. So you could have just had him turn into the Hulk from falling instead of like, it's just a minor gripe, but it's whatever. We don't have to dwell on it. I mean, Tim Roth.
Oh wait,
I don't know. he was just cheesy in this movie compared to the tone overall of the film. I didn't like Abomination in this. And I mean, obviously it's gonna show some age. The CG was a little wonky. It wasn't terrible like Hulk 2003, of course, but I saw some jank in it. But I think it still holds up overall.
What are you talking about?
The CG.
I thought the CG looked fine. I mean, it obviously got better as they went along, but...
Yeah, like, I had... The faces look pretty bad, but other than that, I thought it's pretty good. With the action scenes as well.
I mean, maybe I'm just looking at it from 2008.
Yeah, I would like... Yeah, I would pause the frame during, like, an action scene. I was like, that looks pretty good.
I mean, it didn't look bad, but... I mean, it definitely is improved, but I mean, compared... Like,
I didn't say it looked bad, I just said... There's some jank to it, like obvious age has shown, but overall I think it still holds up. It's just the faces really of the Abomination and Hulk. Kind of bad.
The Abomination, I'll concede to that one, but the Hulk I thought looked. It was definitely an improvement, like you said, from the one that came before. Which I mean, I've heard some people whose opinions that I sometimes agree with, sometimes don't, that it's gotten better with a rewatch. The CGI still, like they said, that the CGI still don't hold up, but like I gotta, like I said, I gotta rewatch that 2003.
I think you'll still be disappointed, but
I don't know. Then it's been a while, but I've heard like it's like the overall story of the father-son dynamic, that kind of thing, is good. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Anyways, sheesh.
But yeah, the romance was good. Betty Ross is never brought up again, right?
No.
It's kind of... This whole story just seems pointless.
Up until... I'm trying to think. Minus one little quick reference in the Avengers movie when Mark Ruffalo mentioned that the last time he was in New York, he kind of broke Harlem. Minus that line, this movie never got brought up again until Civil War.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like it fits, like the tone of it doesn't even fit in with the MCU.
I mean, this was the second movie out the gate.
I know, but Iron Man had a little, like, MCU feel to it, Marvel formula. But this one just feels totally different. Which I'm not opposed to. I like the tone of the film. Because I feel like some Marvel movies, especially Guardians, it plays a little bit into that it's like a comedy movie first.
Should we have Darius review Guardians with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
He should review it without seeing the movie, just from the synopsis. I'll tell him the synopsis, and then he could judge it based on that.
Don't. If that's the case, don't even bring him into it.
But yeah, we could, just for the inside joke that we all share, we could have Darius review Guardians with us. I don't think I have many nice things to say about the first one, at least. I think the second one I fared a little better with me.
You like the second one better than the first one?
I think so. I'd have to watch them side by side again because it's been some years. Yeah, I mean, I think most people agree that the second one's...
No, I don't.
Better. I said, general public, not you.
I didn't... we'll get to the Guardians 2 in another day. Yeah. I was about to start talking about
but Guardians 2 certainly did crank up the silly factor more than the first one, for sure.
It was more of a comedy.
Yeah. Anyway, The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Good segue. Yeah, I like this much more than I remembered. I thought, from my, because it's been since I was,
Oh, so you
I'm
saw
an
this
adult
movie
now.
before? You watched it the other day?
Yeah, I've seen this a few times due to pay-per-view when I was a kid.
Back in those days.
Yeah, I'd watch it like every week for like a month, and then I just got tired of it.
Well, that's probably why you didn't really care for it, because you watch it all the time. I mean, you watch a movie enough times, you get sick of it.
I mean, a month is only 4 times, but
still, in 1 month you watch it. That's way too much for me personally, anyways.
Well, anyway, I didn't really enjoy it on my first viewing. That's what I'm getting at. But since not many more options and pay-per-view costs money, I would just watch movies because it was there and paid for. And that just happened to be the flavor of the month.
Yeah, for the whole month before Dark Knight came out, freaking took over.
I remember seeing that trailer for Dark Knight when I was in 5th grade. I was watching
the Heath Ledger Joker laugh.
Yeah, I remember. That was like the first time I was like, whoa, Batman's actually cool. Like, this looks cool.
Don't say that on the internet now. Don't say that on the internet. Oh boy.
But yeah, I don't. Going off topic here. I've seen the Tim Burton's Batman and Batman Returns. I don't think I like them. I'd have to rewatch.
No comment on my part.
Fresh in my memory. Come on, you could say. Come on, pal. Come on, Mr. Green.
I gotta rewatch them.
Yeah,
because those are the last 2 movies I gotta rewatch before I do that top 50 superhero.
I mean, I've kind of pointed out my glaring flaws with the movie. Do you want to talk about anything you thought was done pretty well, like you liked a lot, or moments in the film you didn't really care for, that kind of thing?
I mean, I like this movie as a whole. It just... it's not really the fault of the movie. Well, before I get on that, the Abomination, I don't think was a terrible villain, but he wasn't a great villain. He was just...
Just served the plot.
Yeah, he was okay. But like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited to see him return in the She-Hulk. Then again, if it's anything like Zemo's returning, okay, we'll talk about that another time. Cause I wasn't that big of a fan of how they. I'll say I thought that Zemo was going to be a more of a player in Falcon and the Winter Soldier than what he ended up being. To
sum up this movie, you don't need to see it.
Yeah,
pretty much. You
don't
really need to see it.
It's a good movie.
If you're going through, it's a good movie.
It just doesn't have anything really, minus a Thunderbolt Ross and now Abomination.
Yeah, it's not integral.
It doesn't
to the whole
have anything to do with the whole MCU.
Point. Yeah.
Like, as far as a movie, love it. But if we're talking about, like, I don't know, it's complicated, really. Because I think if Edward Norton were, or even if Mark Ruffalo would have been cast at the beginning in this movie, I think this movie would be a lot more referenced, a lot more like it would actually mean more to the overall franchise than what it really does. Because really, before Abomination's return from She-Hulk, which is, I want to say that's in 2022, or 23. I don't remember when they scheduled that. But Thunderbolt Ross was really the only one to really do anything since 2008, and he didn't return until. Do you know when he returned? I don't know if you want me to give you that detail.
I don't know.
Do you want me to give you that detail when he returns?
I'll just see.
Like it's not that big of
it unfolds.
Okay, yeah, but he didn't.
I'll just see as it unfolds.
Yeah, he didn't return until later on in the franchise, which we'll talk about that movie whenever we get to it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, I mean.
So, Joseph, how would you rate this film?
Yeah, I was trying to talk until I figured out my rating.
You're just stalling.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll give my rating. Overall, I liked it.
'Cause I wasn't really expecting a rating. I thought we were just talking about them. Yeah, you go ahead.
You know how we rate every movie we talk about. What do you mean? But
Well,
how did you not expect?
I honestly don't know. But I'll be prepared.
It's part of the formula
for the next times.
Yeah, you'll be prepared next time. All right.
Yeah, you go ahead.
You want me to go first? Okay. I like this movie. It surprised me. I liked it more than I initially thought I did. I really like Edward Norton. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time pronouncing his name today, but I liked him as Bruce Banner. Really good. I liked the chemistry he had with Liv Tyler. I liked just about everything except some of CG moments, some nitpicks, and Abomination. Didn't really care for. Just kind of, I don't know. The ending was kind of like, and the fact that this movie is just worthless in terms of the grand scheme of things. But I think you should. You should still watch it. But it's kind of hard to get a hold of if you don't want to pay money. I mean, you're gonna have to pay money if you want to see this because it's not on Disney Plus.
It's a rights issue. Along with the two Spider-Man movies.
It should stream on the other. I think it should be on Prime or something. Because even the two Spider-Man movies are free for Prime.
Well, I'm not saying I disagree.
I know. But anyway, I give this movie a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I was along the same lines. Shit. Yeah, I really do like this movie. But I'm conflicted about rating it because if we're talking as a movie, I'd rate it higher than what I would as an MCU movie.
It's just not up to snuff with the other MC movies that I've seen anyway. Like, it just doesn't have that quality control. It's kind of...
Yeah, as a movie, I would give it...
It's a wild
probably
beast.
Around 75.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah.
As an MCU, I'd give it a 65, so I'll meet in the middle and say 70%.
7. 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I think that's completely fair. I mean, we're starting off strong. I sat through these two movies in one night and had a pretty good time, so it made me positive about the whole assessing the whole MCU, you know. So
yeah,
there's some movies I'm not looking forward to.
Which movies are you not looking forward to? I'm curious to see if if
seeing Black Panther again, seeing the Guardians movies, seeing Thor.
Which one?
Both.
But like
that and A Dark World.
Oh, both Thor 1 and Dark World?
2, yeah.
Gotcha.
But I'm extremely excited for Captain America because I hear nothing but good things about that trilogy and I have not seen it yet. So this will be my very first time.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that.
I'm super excited. And to see Endgame, of course. But yeah, there's some movies I'm just not looking forward to, but I'll have to soldier on and watch them. But next episode, we'll talk about
Iron Man 2 and
Iron Man 2 and Thor. So Make sure you watch that for the next episode, Scooge episode 21. This has been Scooge episode 20. Mash out.
Mash out.